Without further ado, I guess we ought to introduce some of the students here too, hadn't we? We have the president of the Student Government Association,
Jacqueline Foxy.
Melissa Stiles.
secretary,
Albert Lawrence.
and you are the treasurer. Okay. Yeah, give them a good round of applause. They took on an ambitious project here, and I'm very proud of it. Okay, I'm supposed to explain some of the rules. Each candidate, they're going to give the same question to answer, and they only have 2 minutes to do so. And my job is to just put up these signs telling them how much time they have left, and hopefully they'll never have to see this one. Time's up. Because if they do, I'm supposed to at that point get rude and shut them off. I don't want to do that. And we'll also begin with introductions from each candidate, which they'll have 2 minutes to do that. And to practice, I'm going to keep track of that also. So we'll get started here. And we'll start, let's see. We have Daryl Wildcat's not here tonight. Did he call you, Amanda?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we'll start with Patricia Patsy McCrae. Oh, you have your own microphone here. Be sure to turn it on and turn it off when you're through. And I'll tell you when you can start. You're going to practice this timing thing. Okay, you can start.
Okay, I'll be the guinea pig. My name is Patricia McCrae. I go by Patsy. Most people know me. I've lived here most of my life. My parents were Jenny Lee Reed and Victor Reed. I have 3 children, 6 grandchildren. I work at the First National Bank and have for 26 years. I just feel like I've always wanted to know how our government runs. I've never been a part of it. I just felt like this is something I want to do to help out in any way if I have any knowledge that they can use, and just support the council with each endeavor they have going. Being the first here, I don't know what all to say, so.
Well, this is just introduction yourself, and you don't have to use the whole 2 minutes.
I think most of you all know me as Patsy. And
Okay.
anytime I can be a help to you, I will.
All right, well, thank you very much. Well, let's give each of the candidates a round of applause after they introduce themselves. Okay. All right. Now, if you'll turn your mic on, I will let you introduce yourself, starting now.
No, my name is Faith Littleson. I'm a member of the Skidka Hockey Band. My father is the late Morgan Littleson Sr. And my mother is Fern Roy Eagle Chief. And my grandparents are Lucy Morgan Littleson and James Littleson. And I wanted to run for re-election for the Pawnee Business Council because I feel like I'm just getting started. Trying to make some positive changes. My educational background is I have an associate's degree from Northern Oklahoma College. I have a certificate as a language instructor from Pawnee Nation College. I have a BA from Haskell Indian Nations University in American Indian Studies. And I graduated in 2013 from Haskell, and I feel like my degree got me ready to become a tribal leader. And I learned a lot from the courses that I took, and I felt like I've been able to put them to use. They taught me how to think outside the box and to dream big for your people. Everything was about your people. What do you want for your people? So I've been thinking about that since the 2 years I was up at Haskell getting my degrees. And I've got to use some of it. I haven't got to use all of it. And I would like to continue to work for the people. And I feel like I've made some major accomplishments so far. So I appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to Adrian. You can introduce yourself, starting now.
Noah Kitadun. As you guys know, I think pretty much everybody knows me. If not, you know, my name's Adrian, Spotted Horse Chief. I was born and raised in Yale, Oklahoma. Majority of my life, I grew up around here in the community, always being involved with a lot of our cultural things. You know, most of my family lived over here in Pawnee, and so I grew up with my grandparents. You know, with my grandparents, I come over here a lot and got to participate and see and witness a lot of our culture and a lot of our older relatives that have all gone on since then. You know, myself, you know, I'm seeking re-election these past 4 years. You know, I've tried to do some things in the nation, some things that still haven't finalized yet. You know, so those are some of the things that I want to try to finish up. And with that, you know, there's other things that I'm looking at to try to do within the next 4 years. As some of you may know and may not know that 4 years is really not much time to get a lot of stuff done. So that's one of the things I want to try to do. I'm really a proud Pawnee, and I want all of our Pawnee people to be proud to say they're Pawnee. You know, so there's a lot of different things, a lot of opportunities that our tribe could do that we just need to try to get there. I know everybody looks at other tribes and sees what they have and what they've got, you know, and we can do the same thing. You know, and a lot of that has to do with stability and having a good government, you know, and us being able to work together.
Thank you. I believe we have Ellis, Horse Chief. In honor of him, he was on the ballot, and as you all know, he recently passed away. And we thought we'd honor him by at least mentioning his name. And only would you like to say a few words about him? Get my thing shut off here. Be sure to turn the mic on.
Good evening. My name is Pawnee Horse Chief, and I'm married to Ellis Horse Chief Jr. Ellis passed away on March 19th, 2017, just a few weeks ago. His parents were Ellis Horse Chief Sr. and Thorburn Liberty Moore. His maternal grandfather is Cindy Moore Sr. and grandmother Ivy Pratt. His grandfather is Deborah Horse Chief Sr. and Minnie Ruth Moses Horse Chief. We reside here in Pawnee. We've lived here approximately 7 years. He served on the Tarot Board. We have 2 children together, Veda and Caleb Horse Chief. He has an older son named John Horse Chief, and he's married and resides in Glenwood, Iowa, with 2 beautiful grandchildren, Salem and Exodus. Ellis's passion was to serve on the Pawnee Business Council. His dream. He had a music degree from Rose State, and he also attended OU. in Norman. Ellis was self-employed. We have our own, we had our own painting business, commercial and residential. One of the things that like I said, his dream was to serve on the Pawnee Business Council. He studied and studied. He was heavily into politics. He watched news stations all the time. He did a lot of reading. Like I said, he served on the tarot board. And he used to say, maybe I'll get on this time, third time's a charm. He loved his Pawnee people. He was a proud Pawnee. He has a love for elders, all of the programs. He had ideas in economic development that are in the newspapers, such as office supply, grocery store. He wanted things to thrive here in Pawnee, not just in gaming, but in all areas. He had a love for children, and he had a love for the Lord. And I want to thank you all for allowing his name to still be on the ballot. Because I'm going to vote for my husband, Ellis Chief Senior, because that was his dream, to serve on the Pawnee Business Council. Thank you all, and God bless you.
And thank you, Mark. Okay, our next candidate.
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce me. I'm sorry.
I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Leanna Chapman-Teeter of the Kid Hockey Band, and I'm running for re-election to the council seat number 4. I am the youngest of 4 of the late Basil Chapman and Elma Cheetah Keys Chapman. My husband Richard, also an educator, and I live on my grandmother's allotment, May Riding in eastern Payne County near Yale. Throughout our 46 years of marriage, we have been blessed with 3 talented children. In addition, we have 3 wonderful grandchildren and 1 precious little great-grandchild. My higher education includes both a Bachelor of Arts in Education degree and a Master of Education degree from Northeastern State University in Tahlequah, and I have pursued additional graduate hours in child development and early childhood education from Oklahoma State University. I currently possess a 2017 teaching certificate from the Oklahoma State Department of Education. I've been a school teacher in various Oklahoma public schools for the past 28 years and have also taught undergraduate early childhood education coursework at OSU in the College of Human Environmental Sciences. I know you have 2 excellent candidates running for seat number 4. I respect Dr. Charlie Knifechief. He is a good upstanding Pawnee, a good family man, and comes from a good Pawnee family. But I want to give you 4 reasons why I would be the better candidate. I live in the Pawnee community, so I know the people and their families. I have time to put in on the council. I have more tribal government experience. In addition to the past 4 years on the council, I have worked with the tribe as staff as well as working with other tribes. I serve on the Health Board Committee, Governing Documents, Chair of the Proposal Review, and as a current member of the council, we have seen many governmental accomplishments during the past 4 years, and I had a list to tell you, but
Your time's up.
Okay, thank you. I still have more to say, though.
You'll have an opportunity. I might as well say that. After the questions, let's give her a round of applause. But she brought up something. At the end of these questions that will be presented by the Student Government Association, each candidate will have 2 minutes to wrap up their qualifications and make further comments, just like the TV shows on these debates and things. We're trying to follow that format. Okay, we have one more candidate, and I will let him introduce himself, starting now.
My name is Charlie Knight Chief. I'm a member of the Skeety Band. I was born here in Pawnee. I was born on the hill. My brothers were born in the Indian Hospital. They never let me forget that. My parents are Don Knife Chief and Lois Knife Chief. I've been a doc for 35 years. I've had a lot of experience on various corporate boards and other type of boards, and a lot of leadership positions throughout my career. My dad emphasized two things: culture and education. And all our life, we had both those things that we had goals in our life for. Not only for our tribe specifically, but Indian tribes in general. And that is my interest still. My interest is still in education and keeping our cultural aspects of our tribe alive and growing, and also the business part of the tribe.
Okay, thank you. And now for the hard part, we're going to get to the questions. Jackie, are you going to read a question, or you want me to do that for you? Oh.
May I ask the procedure? Are we going to, is it coming down the row, or are we given so many questions?
We're going to only ask a few questions. Everyone will be able to respond to the question. The same question.
Okay.
So Adrian, about getting the easy questions, that won't work. Everybody gets the same. You have 4 questions, so you have them right here? Okay.
Would you stagger there, who starts, like, she'll start first, and then she'll start next, and he'll start, rather than having Patsy?
That is a good suggestion. That is a good suggestion. And since we did the introductions already, and we have 5 candidates, how about if we start the first question here, and then that way everybody will get a chance not to be first. All right? Okay. All right, so this question will be for Ms. Little Sun, and it is, what is your stance on non-Pawnees in the top position at the tribe when many of our employees may not have degrees but have years of experience? And you have 2 minutes, starting now.
My stance is, as a council member, I don't get to elect or select those people in those positions. But I've always been pro-Pawnee. That's what I wanted to see for our tribe. And I voiced it a lot in the last 4 years. You know, I said, I'm pro-Pawnee. I would like to see, because I said, we push our tribal members. We want them to be educated. We have an education department. We try to support them as much as we can. And I would like for them to be able to come back and work for us, to work for our people, because that's what I was taught. You know, my dad told me to go out, get an education and bring it back to your people and help your people out. And I know there's a lot of our tribal members who have those same kind of thoughts. They want to come back and work for their people. And I'm pro-Pawnee. We try to push it. We're trying to put things into our HR policies where, you know, we want our Pawnee people to work for us here in the tribe. And so, but sitting in a council member, we don't get to elect the people in the positions. So, you know, but we push it. We're trying to we have it in our policies where, you know, if you're a tribal member applying for a job here, then you're going to get extra points for your interviews. So that's my answer right there. You know, that if it was up to me, yes, it would be all Pawnees.
Thank you. And yes, a round of applause would be appropriate after each response too. Okay, and I'll repeat the question so you won't have to remember. So Adrian, what is your stance on non-Pawnees in the top positions at the tribe when many of our employees may not have degrees, but they have years of experience?
Well, I think that myself, and kind of like the same comments that Ms. Wilson had, was that, you know, I want our Pawnee people to work. You know, we should do everything that we can to try to educate them, to try to make them employable, whether it's here at the Nation or even the surrounding jobs that we have. You know, that's why we have a tarot to try to help with that. But I'm all about too is that, you know, I've worked here at the tribe for many years. And your experience should count for something, you know, even if you don't have a degree, because we've had some people that's worked here for a long time, and we have some people that may never leave this community. They just want to be here in Pawnee, and then so that's fine. You know, we should be able to take that into account. The expertise that they give to us, the actual hands-on experience of working for the Nation, and be able to feel comfortable with that, with hiring these people in those top-paying positions. You know, I know myself that, you know, we have people here that have families that sometimes struggle to try to make ends meet. And I always wanted us to try to have competitive wages, you know, with anybody else that's around here. We're one of the main employers. We are the main employer here in Pawnee County. So I just want us to have competitive wages that to be able to help our Pawnee people, help their families, help them to make ends meet.
Thank you. Okay, and I will read the question again. What is your stance on non-Pawnees in the top position at the tribe when many of our employees may not have degrees but have years of experience?
I believe we need the best qualified in those top positions, be it better experience, and that would depend probably on how much time they put in and the type of experience they have that they're bringing to this position compared to someone with a degree. It just depends on who's the better qualified. I agree that we need to hire Pawnees, and they just need to hang in there and keep working and work their way up, just like in a regular business.
Okay, thank you. All right, and finally, I'll read the question and our last candidate will respond. What is your stance on non-Pawnees in the top position at the tribe when many of our employees may not have degrees but have years of experience?
So some aspects of the tribe have to be business oriented. If we want to expand and we want to get more self-sufficient and grow. And as a part of that, there are positions that are required to be filled. And as far as the job description, that's the thing. Whoever wants to develop those job descriptions, those requirements, if they want to put a little weight in favor of experience, et cetera, then that just needs to be part of the actual application process. You can't argue with experience and knowledge, but if people want to put more weight, then they'll need to change the hiring process.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're moving along pretty good here. All right, so the next question. Oh, I'm sorry. See that starting not first always messes me up. Glad I have someone to keep me in line. All right. What is your stance on non-Pawnees in the top positions at the tribe when many of our employees may not have degrees but have years of experience?
Personally, I would prefer a Pawnee be in that position. And I think experience sometimes does, pass the education, because when you have hands-on and learning by that way, you are the better person for that position. Just because you have the degree and you're following some guidelines, you have already been in this business and you know what it takes to do it. So I feel like it should be a Pawnee person. If there is someone qualified, doesn't have has the experience but not the, the degrees, that person should be given a chance. Like he mentioned, put these job duties down, see who could be the better person, but I am for a Pawnee.
Okay, thank you. Now, if I'm right, which frequently I'm not, but I believe we start the next question with Adrian, and this is a new question. What ideas or plans do you have to help our native nation move towards self-sufficiency?
That's a very good question. Currently, right now, since I've been on council, you know, I'm a big proponent for agriculture. You know, that's a big part of self-sufficiency to me, you know, our sovereign right. You know, to be truly sovereign is to be able to take care of not only yourself, but all of your tribal members. And, you know, food, shelter, however it is. You know, right now I'm working on a buffalo project. You know, bison's a big part of our culture that we haven't had in a long time. And so that's something that I've been working hard for these past couple of years of trying to make this project happen. It'll also bring an economic impact to us too as well. We could have you know, buffalo jerky, bison jerky. We'll be able to sell the hamburger meat, prime cuts to different companies, and it'll be a big culture component as well. Also, you know, right now we're currently looking at an ag plan, something we've been trying to do since my first time I got on here. So we're looking at wind tunnels, I mean not wind tunnels, but
Wind turbine?
yeah, just regular tunnels back here, also with hydroponics. We're looking at a traditional component and a cultural component. The traditional component will have like our three sisters, our traditional corn, beans and squash that we could have used for our ceremonies. Also be able to give out to the people. We have a commercial component where we have where we're going to start doing commercial, you know, agricultural things. You know, whether it be lettuce, tomatoes, just whatever the market demands. So those are some of the things that we could use besides gaming. And there's other things that we could use. We need to take real good inventory of all of our resources that we have and be able to use them. So,
Thank you. Okay.
Self-sufficient? Oh, I'm sorry.
Let me read your question for
Okay.
you, just so I won't mess up. What ideas or plans do you have to help our native nation move towards self-sufficiency?
Okay, I hope I can get this through. It is my belief that we start at home. I have always said that, and it begins with your family, education, and otherwise, if you give a person a fish, they'll be back for more the next day. But if you teach them how to do it, they will be able to take care of themselves and eat the fish for life. With the strength of our different ventures with the TDC and with the agriculture, including the college, Pawnee Nation College, that can provide a lot of benefit for our tribal members to be able to be self-sufficient. And it does not have to be a college degree. It can be a certificate, some sort of a type of, can't think of any, certificate to be able to gain employment. And from that, we can include it, they can be employed through the tribe to help the whole tribe become self-sufficient. And then it would be this wonderful circle.
Thank you. Okay, I'm repeating the question a couple more times here. What ideas or plans do you have to help our native nation move towards self-sufficiency?
So becoming a sovereign nation to me means being less dependent on the government. That doesn't mean we can ignore grants and things that are available, and we can use those to our benefit, but we shouldn't have to rely on those things. We should be able to be making enough money to develop the business businesses that we have. I'm on the TDC board. I've been there for about a year now, and I see there is some great growth in diversifying what we're doing. You can't just rely on one business. Sometimes those businesses don't last. And we have been branching out in various things, and I like I said, the cultural part with the buffalo and the corn and the agriculture, and we could not only utilize that to help our culture with license, et cetera, but we can also make some money and help put that back into the tribe for growth. And I think the biggest growth is going to be providing more education for our younger people.
Thank you. Okay, back to the first of the table here. For Patsy, what ideas or plans do you have to help our native nation move towards self-sufficiency?
Okay, I feel like we have a lot of talented people, and if we in some way could probably help them through monies to open their own businesses. I know my son's an artist. He designs the t-shirts, maybe have their own grocery store, own bakery, restaurant. We have a lot of good cooks. I just think if we could help people build their own business, that would help.
Thank you. Okay. What ideas or plans do you have to help our native nation move towards self-sufficiency?
First of all, we need to build a wall. Around our reservation. Actually, I had to write a paper, and what's kind of ironic is that Julie Goodfox became the new president of the college. She was my instructor at Haskell, and she taught American Indian Studies, Introduction to American Indian Studies. So at the end of the year, we had to write a project about how would you, they told us this dream, how would you like to see your tribal government? How would you like it to be? And I said, I want it to be like having our own town here on our reservation. See, I gave it some kind of corny name like Pawnee, where we could, even when you cross that Green Ridge and you're in Pawnee territory, we could have our own money, and we would have products here on this side of the bridge that everybody else would want, but they would have to exchange their money. They would have to buy into Pawnee money in order to purchase their products here on our reservation. And because I did a lot of reading in school, because I seen how other tribes were doing, there was even a tribe where they built their own mall on their reservation. They had their own Walmart there, and because they wanted to be self-sufficient. That's what, in order to be totally sovereign, we have to be self-sufficient. And that means that we can't depend on grants or the government for anything. So that was like my dream, was like, how can we make this happen? It made me think, like I was trying there for a while at one of our community meetings on the ICBG grant. I wanted to see what they call a strip mall, where there's a building down here at the other bridge, so that our tribal members could set up their businesses in there, and then they could be provided jobs. And then we have IHS, we have VIA, we have a lot of people we could serve. So that is just a part of my dream.
Thank you.
Sounds like you're playing pinball.
Okay, I think it's time for a new question now. We got everybody through that one. And this time we'll start with Ms. Teeter. What is your plan to sustain the tribe and high-risk programs once federal grants are cut or get cut?
My plan to sustain the tribe.
Your microphone.
Oh. Okay, my plan to sustain the tribe when high-risk programs get cut. We just recently had a new settlement, Rama settlement. I forget how much, it's in the $1 million range. And I am aware that a lot of the other tribes are giving a stipend, I guess. They're giving money to each tribal member. And I feel like in order for us to take care of the whole tribe, that we may need to dip into that, keep it in the interest drawing savings, and dip into it so that we'll be able to take care of everyone in the tribe that has a need at this point.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, for our gentleman on the end, what is your plan to sustain the tribe when high-risk programs are once cut, the federal grants get cut?
Guy at the end. Would like to see a grocery store here. That's what I'd like to see. But other than that, it gets back to developing. Unfortunately, there are some aspects of a tribe that if you want to continue to grow and look in the future, you have to think more business-like. More business-like is going to be developing businesses that are going to be generating monies for the tribe that aren't reliant on the whims of Congress, government, grant writers, all those kind of things. And the other thing that'll happen if we can do that and get to more money profiting businesses is that we're going to be able to draw in tribal members to get more involved with that and actually have kind of a little of a buffer in the bank for when those things happen. You just can't rely on the government.
Okay, thank you.
I really like that the candidates are so well
Prepared that they answer these questions quickly and efficiently. So we'll get out on time. So the next question, we still have to go around. We have the same question here. What is your plan to sustain the tribe once the high-risk programs and the federal grants get cut?
I feel like that if our tribe right now is making money in certain areas, and again, I go back to letting individuals run their own businesses, helping to open their own businesses, and they'll be having that income, and we'll get all the business from town, and that's going to bring money over here, and just supporting them with whatever their dream may be on a business, and that way it's going to serve everybody. It's going to be jobs, plus their own earning their money from their own business.
Thank you. Okay. Same question. What is your plan to sustain the tribe once the high-risk programs and federal grants get cut?
Well, I think we're gonna continue with our agriculture plan, and we've begun steps in that direction, and along with what Adrian had mentioned with our the buffalo ranch that we want to see here, because there are ways to make money, there are ways to provide for our people. So even if we lose funding, say for instance we lose our USDA, our commodities, then we would have some way to fall back. We would have food that we would be able to provide to our people. And then the food that we're looking at, that we want to grow and everything, it's something that's going to benefit our health. It's our food that we ate, our ancestors ate in Nebraska, that sustained them to where we could all be here today. So I think that that's one major ideal. The other one is I've thrown ideals at TDC and at Mr. Smith several times, you know, about let's develop like a factory. We had met with Walmart before. They're trying to stop buying foreign products. They were looking for tribes to come in and make whatever foreign objects they get from other countries. They were looking for tribes to fill in these places so they could buy American. So we need to start looking at something like that, a factory set up where we're going to make American-made products that we could sell to all the Walmart stores. And we could also do that even with the vegetables that we're going to grow. We could sell it because, you know, if Trump continues on with his wall, then, you know, we're gonna be cut off from, yeah, our food's gonna go sky high because we get a lot of our food from out of the country. So I think it's a good time to get into this ag plan and get everything rolling where we can provide what's gonna be lacking in this country, and through that, we're gonna be able to take care of our people.
Thank you. It was perfect timing, by the way, too. Okay, Adrian, I think we're coming back to you, the last one to answer this question. What is your plan to sustain the tribe when high-risk programs and federal grants get cut?
Well, you know, I think that's a big question that a lot of tribes all over Indian country are facing at this time, you know. And I just kind of want to give a shout out to our treasurer, you know, Ms. Angela Thompson. You know, she's got a real good grasp on our money situation that we have, you know. And with that, you know, it's kind of like what we've been discussing here on the table, is that we have to really diversify our economic endeavors that we have. I like to think outside the box. I like to look around and see what other tribes are doing, see if we could do them better or do things that they're not doing. You know, if we could do those kind of things to bring in additional revenue, then we're going to be in real good shape. You know, but that's the whole part, is trying to get the people to buy into these kind of things. You know, I mean, you look at some of the tribes down south, like the Chickasaws, they have all kinds of things. They've got chocolate, they produce chocolate, I think they've got honey, they've got all of these different kind of things. These are the things that we are capable of doing, and we should have been doing this a long time ago. You know, but right now, you know, these are some of the things that we're looking at. You know, we've got to be able to do some things to try to bring in additional revenue here to the tribe that can help us with these kind of programs during these times of need.
Thank you. Okay. Everyone got to answer that question, right? Okay. You're supposed to keep me on task here. All right. Well, we're getting down to the fourth question, and we'll start this time with who? Oh, okay. Mr. Knife Chief. All right. Okay, as an elder, I have a question most of you can relate to, that you are going to help the elders of the tribe. And I haven't seen anyone do this as of late. So what would you do to assist the elders?
I never thought about it, but I am quickly becoming one of those guys. We have great grandkids that are coming out now. So what the basic needs of elders are the basic needs that everybody else has, except their problem is they have less resources to overcome those problems they get. Financial, housing, medicine, transportation, all those kind of things. Somebody who has a health issue that's younger, has more resources to get things taken care of. An elder person who's almost housebound, he's going to have difficulties doing that. So what needs to be done, in my opinion, is we need to go ahead and kind of survey and find out what the needs of the elders are. Not just a general, blanket kind of statement, but what does that person need? What does that person need? And then we can match that up with what we have available. And if we don't have available for a pressing need that somebody has, then we need to develop a way to address it.
Thank you. Okay, back to the first of the table here. The same question, which is, as an elder, I have a question that most of you can relate to, and that is, how are you going to help the elders of the tribe, and what is your plan to assist them? I'm paraphrasing and making it a little shorter there.
Well, it's kind of hard to not agree with everything Dr. Naichi said. But first of all, we do need to, there are a lot that need it health-wise. I know that I have elder sisters, and they're not getting all the help they need sometimes out of IHS, and I think we just need to develop more programs that's going to benefit them, but we do need to individually, like Dr. Knight, you said, find out what is the need of each person and try to meet each one of those needs.
Thank you. Okay, this little son, same question as an elder, and we are wondering how you're going to help the elders of the tribe, and what do you plan to do to assist the elders?
Well, I don't know if y'all read my comments in the article. I just told you about how I would like to see a program developed here in the tribe where we could hire our own people to take care of our elders. It's kind of like how DHS has a little service that comes and they do a few things for elders every day. I really like to see something like that developed within the tribe. Of course, it's going to take money, but it's definitely something that we could look at and we could shoot for. I know in my family, my mother needs a lot of care. So my brother's taking care of her, so he can't go out and work. He's going to be home and take care of her. So if we could like offer, a wage, because I see this happen in other tribes that I worked for, where they actually pay their family member to take care of that elder. And I would like to see something like this, developed within our tribe. We're going to have to look for the funding, but also we have a lot of people in the tribe who are needed jobs. And if they would be willing to, and I know a lot of people who don't have a driver's license, who might have a family, but they like to help take care of their elders. And if they could have a way that they can make money doing it, then I think that would be a good program, worthwhile looking into to develop for our elders to help take care of them, because a lot of them are by themselves, they're alone, and they need, assistance, just somebody to check on them every day.
Thank you. Okay, Adrienne, and as an elder, how do you plan on helping the elders, and what would you do to assist them?
Well, it goes back to like what I was talking about before, kind of like what Amy said, it takes money, and hopefully at some point, we have those economic things in place that will provide additional revenues where we could help, I grew up with my grandparents, and I seen from when I was younger to their passing, how their lives changed. And I know that working with the CHR department for a little while, and I was taking elders around to their doctor's appointment, I seen how some of them get around, some of the things, some of the very necessary things that they need that they couldn't afford. And us as a nation, we weren't even able to be in those positions to try to help, I want us to be able to do that, you have some individuals that, need oxygen, if they don't have the right insurance, that it's going to be difficult for them, so we need to be able to try to do the best that we can to try to help take care of them and the needs that they have. Every elder is different in how their condition is, and I think it's like what Charlie had said earlier, is to take an inventory to find out, what these needs are, to be specific and not just kind of have a general blanket, to say, well, this is just for this, but we need to be able to find out what it is, because we might have several elders that have the same needs that others do. So that's one of the things, is that we really need to find out, how our elders are and what we can do to help and try to go a direction towards that.
Thank you. Okay, Deanna, I will ask you the question.
Okay. As an elder, you're going to help, how are you going to help, how are we going to assist with helping
Yes.
elders? Okay. I am one, but I'm a young one, and I'm always going to be a young one at heart and try my best to be fully capable. So keep me in your prayers. Okay. I had suggested this before, and hopefully some way, someday, we can provide a type of per cap for our elders 70 years and older, maybe $200, $200 to $400 twice a year to help them out at those Christmas and homecoming. I would keep I would keep them in the loop with all the updated possibilities in health and education. As I do now, I go to the Elder Center a lot, and I check in with them, and I visit and let them know what's going on around the tribe. I would like, okay, this is my vision. I would like to see the Elder Center attached to the Child Care Center with a big, huge breezeway, enclosed breezeway. The little preschoolers and the elders can commingle, and they could help each other. Isn't that exciting?
Thank you. I think that would be exciting. Okay, well, that wraps up that question. I believe, let's see, we started with Dr. Knife Chief. So now we're to the point where we have the 2-minute summary, and keeping with our tradition, we will start back with our first candidate. You've been first twice. I'm sorry, it just worked out. You have 2 minutes just to give a summary of your candidacy and why you should be elected to the board.
Okay. This took me all by surprise. I would have gave a more in-depth of my history and background and everything, since this is my first time ever running for anything. I just feel like I do have a business background. I've worked also for the tribe, and I've also worked for the casino, but I've been at the bank for 26 years. I understand a lot of business aspects. I've also have worked as a secretary before and happened to prepare for board meetings and stuff. And I feel like I would give it my best shot. I would learn all that I need to be learned. I would like to listen to your, what you have in mind, and if it's something I can look into and get an answer for you, I will try my best. And I just appreciate your vote.
Thank you. Okay, well, you can start anytime.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves tonight, that we entertained you for the evening. But along with my educational background sitting on this council, I also, I worked for the tribe for 10 years. I was the admin assistant for the property department. And then along with that, I sat on the gaming commission for 6 years. I was the president for four of those 6 years. I was the president of the Johnson O'Malley committee for 4 years. And during this time, I worked hard. I was head cook for the Veterans Organization, and I cooked for our traditional dances. And I tried my best to participate in every aspect of our tribe. I tried to attend the hand games. I tried to attend all of the dances that we have. I'm a member of the Native American Church. And, I enjoyed my Pawnee way of life, and I enjoyed working for you all these past 4 years. And I want to continue, because I think that I can lead you in a good direction, one that we haven't been in for quite a while. And I would really like to see us prosper as a tribe, to be up there amongst the big tribes, making a way and showing a way for either other tribes or other Native people to look at us in awe again and say, man, the Pawnee's really got it going on. So, and I think that I can make that happen, along with the rest of the council people. So I really appreciate your vote.
Thank you. Okay, Adrian?
Well, one of the things is that I think about a lot is that, how our Pawnee people, our ancestors where we come from Nebraska, we was a huge tribe. There was a lot of us, a lot of our people. And we was a force to be reckoned with during those times. We owned part of Nebraska and Kansas, every trade route, came through our lands, And when we came down here in Oklahoma, there's just a few of our relatives left, they made the tough decision to come down here. And there's a lot of prayers that were said, you know, on behalf of all of us, the people that they didn't even get to meet, their relatives that they haven't got to meet yet. You know, and that's one of the kind of things that I think about is that, you know, I'm really proud. I'm really proud to be Pawnee. You know, I'm a loyal Pawnee tribal member, and I want all of our Pawnee people to be proud. You know, I want them, just like what she said, you know, for other tribes to say, man, you know, Pawnees are doing something. I want our people to say that, you know, hey, my tribe, they're doing this, you know, and that takes you guys, you as our tribal people. You know, you have to trust in your leaders, you know, and one of the main things that I always think about all the time is our leaders, you know, whoever's in these positions, they need the prayers, they need the backing, they need the support, you know, because those are the ones that you guys elect to take us on into that future, you know. So those are one of the kind of things, those are kind of the things I think about is that, you know, I hope I, you know, get your vote. And, you know, I feel like I've done a lot of stuff up to this time, and I can continue on doing a few more things, you know, so thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to repeat it again. You have two excellent candidates for this seat. I respect Dr. Knight's chief. He is a good, upstanding man, a good family man, and does come from a good Pawnee family, but again, I have 4 reasons for you to vote for me. I live in the Pawnee community on the family's original allotment, so I attend all the tribal doings. I know the people and their families, and I am accessible to the community anytime. I support all the tribal activities and dances of the veterans, Kid Kahaki, the homecoming, to name a few. The second reason, I have time to put into the Business Council. It's an important job that does require a time commitment, and I have the full liberty to be fully effective as a council member if an urgency arises. This can be seen by my attendance record at all Pawnee Business Council meetings, committee meetings, and other tribal meetings that have been called. Whereas my opponent has shown he is unable to make this type of commitment, as proven by his inability to attend all arranged meetings and special meetings called by the TDC board. Number 3, I have more tribal government and experience in addition to my past 4 years on the council. This has given me the knowledge and strength to speak up and support our people. I serve on the Health Board Committee, Governing Documents, Chair of the Proposal Review Committee, and sit on the Pawnee Nation College Board of Trustees. And I would like to continue in these committees. As number 4, as a current member of the council, we have seen many governmental accomplishments during the past 4 years. Starting a new division of cultural resources, providing the opportunity to learn the Pawnee language and other cultural activities. We've created the museum board and reactivated the cultural committee. The tribe is making a statement about illegal fracking and the violation of federal law through our recent lawsuits. You'll just have to come visit with me. Please vote for me. I'd sure appreciate it.
Thank you. Try to get this buzzer to go on here. Before we start here. Okay, Dr. Knight, Chief.
So if I'm unable to physically make it to a TDC board, I call in. So I'm still active in the meeting. There's two aspects. The business part of tribes is business. And sometimes it has to be run like a business if that's what you want to do. But I see some tribes that spend so much time going down that road that to forget about who they are. To me, the culture is still a big part. One of the funnest things I've done recently is in October, we took some youth up to the motherland. We went to Kansas, we went to Nebraska, we went to all our old sites, and we visited all those places and burial sites and stuff. And we had a good chance to have some long discussions with the youth and tell them about where they're from, what their heritage is, what their ancestry is. Those are very important key parts. If you lose your identity as a tribe, you're just a business. And I don't want to lose that part of it. I've been involved with it ever since I was a little kiddo. I got a picture of me and my dad, and I was 3 years old, and we were at a powwow. So I've been involved in all those kind of things throughout our life. And we've had some special opportunities and moments having to do with our culture. Fortunately, when I graduated medical school, my folks were able to help put on a doctor's dance, and I don't think we've had one of those since I graduated from college. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that concludes our hearing the candidates forum. And I'd like to thank all of you for coming. Good turnout. This is always a good sign to see people involved in their political process. I'd like to thank the SGA, and I'd like you to thank the SGA for sponsoring this. And one more time, thanking all the candidates for taking the time to come and meet with the Pawnee people. And that concludes the part. That's it. Yes. Thank you. Unless they want to, you're free to talk to them, but that concludes our forum.